So we're continuing this hate train with 5 things that I just do not like in Belgium. Number 1, pay toilets. I don't understand this idea of having to pay to use a toilet. Nope. I have asked though, and I've been told, you're paying to keep it clean. And for many people, it's reasonable to pay for this service. I can understand this. A little. Except for the fact that I don't consider a toilet being clean a service. At all. It's a toilet. It should be clean. Also, I feel that it should be free for a couple of reasons. First, I don't consider myself above squatting. And you know what? Based on what I've witnessed here, neither do Belgians. There are in fact a lot of people that I see urinating in public despite the fact that it is a crime, punishable by a fine. However, I personally don't blame them because taxing the toilets is what caused the fall of the Roman Empire. Second, it's sexist. See, I'm a woman, and sometimes I go to the bathroom not because I have to pee, but because I'm on my period, and I have blood gushing out of my vagina at such a high velocity that I need to clean up the mess. It irritates me to no end when I have to pay 30 cents to have the privilege to clean up a mess because I'm a woman who stupidly went out in public on her period. By the way, this is something that did occur in the United States once upon a time. We had paid toilets until the women spoke up and were like, no, this is sexist, and then it became illegal. And another fun fact is that in some cities, public urination is such a problem that they keep increasing the amount of fines that you have to pay if you get caught. And this is just me and my silly American perspective. But maybe if you gave them free options to pee, they wouldn't go and look for the free option to pee. Make the toilets free! Number 2, mosquitoes and flies. Despite my living with 3 other people in this house, I am the only one perpetually covered in mosquito bites. It has become such an issue. I've actually had to invest money in mosquito repellent. And not just the spray kind, like plugins, so that they leave me alone. At least for now. I'm not being eaten alive while I sleep. They only do it while I'm awake. Then there are the flies. So many flies. I had issues with flies in France. There would be this 2-week window in the summer when it would get really warm and we'd have some flies in the living room. I realize now that that was not a large amount of flies. The fly epidemic in my house is so bad. We needed fly paper and fly swatters because they're just everywhere. They're everywhere! And to the point now that I'm becoming anemic from the mosquitoes stealing my blood. And I'm going to need to go see a therapist because I have been traumatized by the stupid flies having intercourse on me and my computer. Number 3. The Belgians hate coffee. I'm not going to lie. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to be able to get past this one, guys. I shouldn't even joke about this, but I sincerely believe they do not like coffee, or they're being taken advantage of. Assuming it's not that one, they're those kind of people. And if it's the latter, there needs to be a revolution. I will join you, Belgium, and we can rise up against the man and fix this coffee problem. And what is the problem, you ask? The first is that there is a very limited choice in terms of coffee. I hope you like mocha and dessert because that seems to be the only option available. That's it, those 2. If you want anything else, you're gonna be SOL. Sorry, better luck next time. Why? The second issue is that it is 3 times more expensive here. Why? Why? I admit, I'm a border jumper. That's right. I go and I support the French economy by buying coffee. I love coffee. You don't even know My lips touch my coffee mug every single morning, and that delicious smell of coffee just puts a smile on my face. However, I'm a cheap person, okay? And I'm not going to go and spend 3 times the price to go get some crappy coffee that I don't like when I can get it over there for less. Just why, Belgium? Why? Why don't y'all like coffee? Boo. Number 4, the weather. In case you didn't know, it rains in Belgium. And I've heard that it's actually worse than England. I don't care about the weather and that it rains. I'm not going to be griping about that. No. I take issue with what is and isn't considered rain. See, I was under this impression that when water fell from the sky, that was rain. This seemed to be a universal truth. Everybody else seems to be on board with this description, except the Belgians. Nope. I have heard countless times people saying, oh, it's not really raining. I was not aware that certain types of rain doesn't actually count as rain. Who knew? This is understandable, because if you only count really hard rain as raining, then it doesn't really rain that often in Belgium, even though it does. Psst. Psst. Denial! It isn't true. It is really raining. It rains just all the time, and I don't understand this denial mindset. My husband, the man I married, mocks me when I go outside and use an umbrella because, quote, it isn't really raining. Well, you know what? The water falling from the sky sort of contradicts that statement. Done it. Number 5, store sizes. I hate this one the most because it rubs off on you. Like right now recording this, I keep thinking, the stores aren't that small. Like Deleuze, it's huge, but it's not. They're tiny, so tiny. Oh my goodness, they're so tiny. The smallest shop I ever went to in France is at least 3 times bigger than the biggest shop I go to in Belgium. Tiny. I admit, I'm a sizist. Size matters. I don't like tiny stores. I don't want to have to go to 3 or 4 different stores to get everything on my grocery list. I get that there isn't a lot of room in Belgium to make big stores because it's a small country, but they're too small. They're too small. It's claustrophobic small. I need more space. Just so much more space. Not enough space. They're too tiny. Seriously though, like in my head I'm thinking, it's not actually that small. See, this is why this one's the worst. So those are 5 things I am just not liking in Belgium right now. Feed me comments, check out my blog. I wrote some articles on how to overcome hate and keeping a positive attitude. Subscribe to stalk me, follow me on Twitter, and I will see you tomorrow. Tootsies, my apple zines.